What is the purpose of distribution strategy? And what is the connection to the rest of the marketing mix? When you are asked to design the marketing mix, you need to make decisions on 4 or 7 core elements, also known as the 4 or the 7 Ps. First of all, any issues concerning the product. This would include packaging and all other elements in connection with the product. Secondly, a decision on price. Thirdly, you will need to decide on the place, which is what this video will address. We will also need to make a plan of which promotional activities we will carry out in order to tell our customers about our product and encourage them to buy. If we're dealing with an offering that is better described as a service, or perhaps a product that includes large elements of service, we might also want to look at the additional 3 Ps. The people that are involved in delivering the service, the process that our customers will go through in order to receive our service, and the physical evidence, any visible or tangible elements that the customer will see, hear, or in other ways experience when receiving the service. None of the 4 or the 7 Ps should be decided on in isolation. However, place is the P which we will focus on in this video.
Distribution channels are the avenues a business uses to sell or deliver its products. In all countries, distribution represents a large share of domestic economic activity and employment. The sector is highly dynamic and changing rapidly, with a trend towards the rapid development of new forms of supply, for example through electronic commerce. However, service is an activity or benefit that one party can offer to another that is essentially intangible and does not result in the ownership of anything. Its production may or may not be tied to a physical product. Service providers don't offer something a consumer can touch, feel and put in a bag, so if we are selling a service, we must figure out additional ways to deliver it.
The channel and distribution decisions for services. The things to consider are minimizing wait time, managing service capacity, and improving delivery through new channels. All this time we've basically been concentrating on goods as opposed to services. So here, when you're thinking about distribution of services, it really is about concentrating on these 3 particulars. Have you guys ever seen or heard of mobile dog wash? So rather than taking your dog to a vet or a grooming service to wash your dog and so on, they come to you. Or have you ever had to tint your car windows? There's a company called Tint Professor. They come to you, pick up your car, give you a hire car on loan. They tint your car, bring your car back. This minimizes wait time. You don't have to go to the store. They can also manage the service capacity because everything is appointment-based. And they also improve the delivery through new channels because you don't have to go to them. They come to you. And thereby, the experience can also be quite personalized to your individual needs.
As services are intangible, manufacturing and delivery of the service becomes more complex. For example, you can't feel the service until you're receiving it. Inseparability of services is a significant characteristic that distinguishes a service from a good according to the simultaneous production and consumption of the service. For example, there is no service without someone providing the service. We also have to consider services variability. The quality of the service is difficult to control because it greatly relies on the services provider as well as when, where, and how the service is provided. Services are also perishable, meaning a service can't be stored for later use or sale. As such, distribution of a service can be difficult to replicate as well as scale, however not entirely impossible. For example, a retailer such as restaurant can provide home delivery or takeaway options. Chain stores such as JB Hi-Fi can provide virtual assistants and establish call centers to help customers navigate their purchase decision. Franchises such as gyms or educational institutes such as schools and universities can offer virtual real-time classes, as well as create additional content such as blogs and videos for their clients. For years we have been able to leverage talent from around the world. Consider offshore business services creating and selling software as a service. For example, software can be complex and requires a certain degree of expertise that we may not have. As such, we can contact agencies and third parties who may be located on the other side of the world to create products for us. which in turn will help us access capabilities that we may not be able to easily replicate. In this example, the distribution channel for the services would be digital, with online meetings, transfer of product via downloadable link, and support services via email or call. If we are looking at the world of applications for our smartphones, which doesn't require any particular expertise from the final user, business can have direct access to their consumers via Google Store or iTunes. In this example, the Google Store is the channel through which we distribute our products. Consider in today's world how other services are delivered, for example music, though apps like Spotify, movies through Netflix, live sports through Optus Sport and so on. When it comes to distributing products, whether they be goods or services, think local, but act global.